y'all. Today we are talking about two things. We're talking about an article, science. This is in Scientific American. We're going to talk about this article on exercise. And also, because I have a dear friend who is trying to wean himself off of a vegetarian diet and have a little bit of fish in his diet, I'm going to show this really great, easy recipe for him so he can look it up and watch me do it anytime he forgets how to do it. Okay? So this is it's a baked salmon. It's mustard, mayo, and horseradish. And you put it on the baked salmon, stick it in the oven, 10-12 minutes, and it's done. And it's so foolproof. And the great thing too, it's really good for if you are entertaining, because you can prep it, stick it in the fridge, and then at the last minute, pop it, bring it to room temperature. That's another important thing. I like to I'm cooking a lot more stuff from room temperature. It just makes it a lot easier. And so this is great for entertaining, because while you're doing your cocktail hour or whatever, this is already prepared, it's marinating, it's getting all this good flavor on it. So what I did was a little bit of mayo, a little bit of horseradish, just a small amount, and then this is some grainy mustard, and I'm just eyeballing this. I've got 6 pieces of salmon, like this, skin down, mix it all together. And then just adjust it for spice. If you don't love the super spiciness of the horseradish, then just do a little bit less. Now, another option you can do is a honey mustard. So substitute honey for the horseradish. It makes it a little bit sweeter, a little stickier. That's also a really nice way to do it. But today we're gonna go with this nice, and so basically it just makes its own sort of creamy sauce, and it's wonderful. And just spoon it over like that. We'll spread it around and let it sit. Now, in the meantime, I want to tell you about, because we've been talking a little bit about, you know how I used to say, or I still say, that exercise is maybe 15% of the equation and diet is 85% of the equation. It's really what you eat, but you have to exercise. Remember I kept telling you, you can't just diet and not exercise? Well, folks, I have been vindicated, because this article in Scientific American, it's fascinating. And it's all about how we have evolved to exercise and need physical activity. It's really, really important. We just cannot do without it, because it does all kinds of things. It reduces chronic inflammation. It lowers resting steroid hormones. What does it do? It blunts the morning rising cortisol. It improves the effectiveness of your immune system. It basically does all these incredible things. The one thing it doesn't deliver on, and I quote, "And weight loss is probably the one health benefit it largely fails to deliver. Our bodies are evolved to require daily physical activity, and consequently exercise does not make our bodies work more so much as it makes them work better." What they're basically saying is we are very efficient beings. We're very efficient animals after all these millions of years of evolution. And we're much more efficient than, say, our chimpanzee or ape cousins. And that's why you cannot out-exercise a crappy diet. Because I don't know about you, but I wonder, sometimes I see people, not elite runners, but people who run marathons and 10Ks and do all these boot camps and everything, and they're still carrying like the 10 or 20 pounds. Like, for as much as they work out, they should be like crazy fit. I don't work out tons. I work out 5 or 6 days a week, but I do not go out there and just kill myself. However, I do really watch what I eat. I'm very careful about what I eat. So the old adage of you cannot out-exercise a crappy diet, it is in this issue of Scientific American, Evolved to Exercise. It's absolutely fascinating. I'm sure you can find it online. But anyway, all right, so the deal is, back to the salmon, you put it in the fridge, and it can just sit there. It can sit there all day. So you can actually prep this in the morning if you want to. And again, like for entertaining, I use it a lot for dinner parties, because that part's done. And then about 30 minutes before you want to cook it, take it out, bring it to room temperature, and I put it in a 275-degree oven. That's if it's already at room temperature. It doesn't need to be really hot. And I'll do 14 to 16 minutes. 16 minutes is a lot, especially if it's wild salmon. It'll be too done. So you're going to want to keep an eye on it depending on how your oven cooks. My oven runs really, really hot. It's super efficient. So I kind of go like 12 to 14 minutes if I'm going from room temperature. And it gives it a really nice rare interior, and you have this kind of creamy built-in sauce. It's so simple. Anyway, all right. right, so that is a very, very easy way to entertain, get your healthy omega-3s in, get some protein, and then don't overdo it. Have 1 6-ounce serving. It's about 250, 300 calories, a little bit of topping. The mayonnaise gives you fat, but it's not a ton. It's really negligible. You're really amping it up with the horseradish and the grainy mustard, which are free of calories. All right, I hope that helps, and as always, keep yourselves looking and feeling fabulous and be as glamorous as you can stand to be. And if you want to see the final product, because I'm not going to cook it until later, you can go on my Instagram account and see it at TheCareAndFeedingOfDivas. There's all kinds of good stuff on there. It also explains my hat. My hat is basically just because my hair looks terrible and I didn't feel like doing anything, and it's freezing cold outside. So, y'all be fabulous.